Hey everybody, welcome. It's Matt Connarton Unleashed for Friday, April 24, 2020. And I have some very exciting news to share with you about the show. I'll tell you in a moment what's going to be happening on today's show, but Monday, April 27, we return to being live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. That's right. This coming Monday, the show is live. Live programming is resuming at WMNH 95.3, not only for this program, but for all the shows. The morning show with Peter White, the weekly Die-On, Granite State of Mind, Off the Mark Sports with Kyle Heavey. And if there's any other live programming that occurs at the station that I'm forgetting, I apologize. But yes, we are going back live. We'll still be practicing social distancing, however. There will be only one individual allowed in the station at any one time. So no in-studio guests. I will still have guests, of course, but they will be by phone only, or perhaps even Skype. But no one will be in the studio with me. I will be locking the doors so there won't be any drop-ins. Which is too bad because I do enjoy having people in there with me. But my show, of course, I can do it by myself as well. So that's the scoop. We are resuming live programming on Monday. And so Matt Connarton Unleashed will be live from 4 to 6 p.m., again, with guests remotely. And, of course, I'll be taking your calls. I'll be on Facebook Live interacting with you on the Facebook and all of that. So we will be returning to some normalcy. We've been in these couple of weeks that we've been off. We have been, the show has continued, of course. We've been recording the show at home and then sending it in to the great Peter White, who is not only the morning man, but also the program director at the station. And he's been making sure that the shows play in our time slot. And some of them have been shows entirely recorded at home. Some of them have been best-ofs. We had a best-of yesterday, and we're actually going to close the week with a best-of as well in anticipation of our grand live return on Monday. I also want to remind everyone, though, before I tell you what our final best of, probably the final best of for a while, now that we're going to be able to go live again. I don't think I'll be producing any best ofs for a while, but I do want to remind everybody, of course, about our wonderful sponsor, the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street in the Brady Sullivan Plaza in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Delicious gourmet pretzels. They have craft beer. They have an assortment of wines. Not only are they doing takeout or carry out, whichever term you prefer, during the stay-at-home order, which is still in effect, but they are also doing deliveries now as well. And they're open noon to 7 p.m. So please continue to support our wonderful sponsor as they continue to support the show and the station. And we are very honored and privileged to have them as a sponsor. And what we're going to do for this best of, this ought to be fun. I've been kind of saving this one, keeping this one in my back pocket. Because we've been doing these character-driven best-ofs, like we had the best of EZG, we had the best of Texas Mike, that one aired yesterday. What else? The best of Father Bruno, the best of Q, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to do the best of John Hopwood. And this ought to be fun. Now, let me just tell you, though, I'm going to play clips. Well, let me put it this way. We already did a best arguments. Actually, we did a series of 3 Matt Connarton Unleashed best arguments episodes. And as one would expect, John Hopwood was featured heavily in those. So we won't be repeating any of those clips. But instead, we'll do some of the other silly things that we've done with John Hopwood on the show. One of them, of course, being, which we'll be opening with, one of my favorite moments from the entire history of Matt Connarton Unleashed was when John Hopwood and I did a live reading of the transcript, which we found out later is actually a summary of the transcript of our President Donald John Trump's infamous phone call with President Zelensky of Ukraine, where I played the role of President Trump, and John Hopwood, with tremendous vim and vigor, played the role of President Zelensky. I listened to this several times after the show, and it still gives me a good hearty chuckle. And if you've never heard this, I think you'll enjoy it because, like I said, I really enjoyed playing President Trump, but Hopwood's impression or his interpretation of what he thinks President Zelensky sounds like, let's just say he really, really throws himself into the role. He really gets into it. And so I think this is the perfect way to start, what is this, Volume 38? Matt Connarton, the best of Matt Connarton Unleashed, Volume 38, Best of John Hopwood. Here we go. And I'm not alone. In studio with me is, who are you today?
John C. Hopwood.
John C. Hopwood.
C for Czar.
Oh, wow, yes.
Czar John.
Yes. Czar, of course, spelled C-Z-A-R.
I know. C-Z-A-R.
That's what I said.
I thought you said T-S-A-R.
No.
I thought are you teasing me?
But that is also Czar. You're right.
So, and you say Czar John in Russian. Do you know how?
How?
Czar John.
Czar John. John.
Like a D and a J sound. John.
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 John. I can't.
Not Jean.
I can't even roll my R's.
John.
Who makes up these languages?
John.
It's crazy. Oh, my goodness. The number to call today, of course, is 603-250-6007.
It is.
603-250-6007. Hello to Michael Alber, who joins us in the Facebook live chat.
And what is the number if they happen to be calling from Africa?
Then you have to dial a 1 first for the country code.
Just one?
I think so. Isn't our country code 1, the U.S. country code?
Adine?
Huh?
Adine.
What's Adine?
1.
Oh. 1 is the loneliest number, from what I understand.
Oh, duh.
Let's see. Oh, of course, you can also send a text to 617-917-4476. Oh, I think we already have a call. And then after this, we'll get into the excitement. Oh, my goodness, what's that? Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this? Hello?
Mike Doyle?
I think we've been pocket dialed.
In a car?
It sounds like we've been pocket dialed.
Well, you did mention 7 or 8 inches.
I did, yes. It might be someone's a little excited to talk to you. Hello to Chris Rose, who joins us online. Hello.
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 Hey, it's Wednesday, not Thursday.
Did I say Thursday? I did say Thursday, didn't I? You're right, it's Wednesday.
You did say Thursday.
It's Prince Spaghetti Day. I apologize. Yes, it is Wednesday. It all blurs together in the era of Trump.
Show.
All right, thank you very much.
Hello.
Oh, no, that part's over. I did say Thursday, didn't I? Oh, my goodness, and there's all these sirens. Oh, my goodness.
Sirens.
Wow.
I was with a siren today.
That's actually a lot of sirens.
Right across the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Elizabeth Ropp. We had coffee right over there.
The Acupunk, yes. How is she?
The registrar of probate.
Yeah, yes, she is. That's right.
And not to mistake prostate or anything like that. Because I think there is a local politician who's the register of prostate.
Well,
But,
somebody
we don't
has to.
talk about that type of stuff.
Well, all I can say is I hope he's gloved.
That would be a good show. His name, Ungloved.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah. Like if I ever held that office, I could be, Matt Connarton ungloved.
Would you check prostates ungloved?
No.
There has to be some ethics.
No, but during the show, because if I'm not checking prostates while I'm live on the air, then while I'm on the air, I'm ungloved.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Duh.
But when I would be off the air, I would wear gloves at all time. It would be my civic duty.
For your Mickey Mouse look to match the shorts?
Well, I suppose, yeah. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I'd never even really considered running for public office until now. I didn't know that was a thing.
That's not true.
I don't know if I really want to do that, though, with my fingers.
Wearing the kid gloves?
I don't know if I want to put my fingers in places like that.
Would you use kid gloves?
I would.
Yellow or white?
As a possessor of a prostate myself, I would prefer kid gloves.
Pigskin or calf?
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Wouldn't that add a significantly to the circumference of your finger, your digit?
I would imagine I would, and these are things I would have to consider before I throw my hat into the ring, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yikes. Or my gloves.
Mm.
So we have something,
your
or oh my goodness. Well, we have something, now there's honking horns on top of the sirens now. So
they want to see you drop trow.
Well, who doesn't?
Well,
it's not that kind of show.
They don't want you at Creamland anymore.
No, that's true. I am not the Creamland pooper, as I think we established the other day.
You have been banned.
I have been banned, yes.
No, unless, your significant other brings you on a leash.
Yeah, that was the stipulation, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm unleashed.
That might, yeah. Hey, that's true.
Yes.
Ever since you gave up the BDSM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually know what that is.
Yeah.
The only reason I even...
You should.
The only reason I even know what that is because of a conversation, and we won't say who, but...
Right, the pleasure
a conversation that we had off air a few minutes ago about someone who taught me what these terms mean.
She taught the world.
And
attempted to.
And was the first person to ever say to me that I was very vanilla, which I am.
Plain vanilla? Or... Because vanilla bean,
just vanilla
can be exciting.
Just vanilla. I'm very vanilla.
She didn't even say plain.
No, she said vanilla.
That was insulting.
I didn't really care either way. I didn't,
Well, technically, as a Yeti, you only can manage one position.
That's actually true. That's a true stereotype. Of us, but us Yetis. But we have something very exciting for everyone. We are going to do a performance. You have it on your phone, correct?
We are.
We're going to perform.
Yes.
We're going to perform for all of you today, and we won't be taking any calls during the performance. This must not be interrupted. We will perform the transcript. It won't take very long. It's only 5 pages. Mr. Hopwood will be playing the part of Zelensky, the Ukrainian president and comedian.
Have
I been spelling his name wrong, or is his name spelled wrong on the transcript?
No, it's too wise.
Oh, there's 2 Y's. I've been spelling his name wrong. 2 Y's. Like I said earlier, who makes up these languages? That's crazy to me. 2 Y's. So it's like Zelensky.
Zelensky.
Yes. And so John will be playing the part of Zelensky. I cannot do accents worth a damn, so I will be playing the part of Trump. Now, you are all forewarned. My Trump impression is awful. However, for those of you watching on the Facebook, I will try to compensate for that by doing the Trump hand motions while I speak. That kind of flipper thing that he does.
I have been a stage director.
Yes.
So I once directed a stage performance.
Yes.
Where women were playing men, and I told them as they perambulated on the stage, these thespians.
What does the word perambulate mean?
Walked.
Okay.
To imagine there was something between their legs, or thighs, if you will.
Sure.
I won't say exactly what it was, because this isn't Mac Covington Uncut.
Correct, yes.
At 3 a.m.
Right, yes.
But I want you to imagine something similar, even though, you do know what it's like, even though the anatomy's slightly different, and you're a little higher than your normal, Homo sapiens.
I am uncut, so I know what it's like to have everything, yes.
I want you to imagine, like somewhere in your solar plexus, there's this heavy ball. It could be lead, or imagine it like a cannonball.
Okay, got a
Trump
cannonball.
is very martial.
Okay.
And now imagine you have that in your solar plexus. Now it's going to sag down.
Where
you remember the story about the woman who saved herself from the roadside camel by biting it on the testicles?
Oh.
So it's sagging down towards your testicles.
Right.
This is the weight you have.
Right.
To play Trump.
Right. Okay.
Just imagine this sagging lead ball or cannonball somewhere, below your.
I can imagine that.
Okay.
I think that'll help tremendously, hugely. All right.
This is huge.
Huge. It'll be huge.
Huge.
Michael Albert says, "High drama. This should be a musical. Where is Robert Dion?" And
who's Robert Dion? Is he?
I don't know.
I know there are 7 Dions.
Or is it Dion? Robert Dion. Oh, Robert Dion from he hosts a show on WMNH. Under the Stage Door or something?
Under the
No, that's not it, is it?
Door.
The Majestic Theater.
We were walking around
Where did
without
I get
a stitch on.
Where did I get Under the Stage Door?
You did you poop under the stage
door?
Oh,
Robert Dion is in the Facebook live chat. Am I correct, Robert? Is this the same Robert Dion? I'm going to click his profile to see. Yeah, he hosts a bi-weekly show on here. If it's the same
bi-weekly,
if I have the correct gentleman. Oh no, that's not him. Is that him?
I think that you're having some nerves now about performing. So let's go back to.
So I don't think I've ever met him.
You have a ball.
Okay, right. I have a ball.
Yes. And it's hanging down.
Yes, it's hanging down. It's tremendous.
There you go.
It's huge. I got a huge.
Yeah, you go.
I got a huge ball. It's hanging. It's tremendous.
And it's hanging.
It's hanging down. It's swaying.
You're always conscious of it.
I'm very obese, even though the White House doctor says I'm not.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. I'm ready.
Well, you have the first.
I have the first line. Okay. This is the Ukrainian call from July 25th, 9:03 to 9:33 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Congratulations on a great victory. We all watched from the United States, and you did a terrific job. The way you came from behind, somebody who wasn't given much of a chance, and you ended up winning easily. It's a fantastic achievement. Congratulations.
You are absolutely right, Mr. President. We did win big, and we worked hard for this. We worked a lot. But I would like to confess to you that I had an opportunity to learn from you. We used quite a few of your skills and knowledge, and were able to use it as an example
for our elections. And yes, it is true that these were unique elections. We were in a unique situation that we were able to achieve a unique success. I am able to tell you the following. The first time you called me to congratulate me, then I won my presidential election. And the second time you are now calling me, then my party won the parliamentary election. I think I should run more often, so you can call me more often, and we can talk over the phone more often.
That's a very good idea. I think your country is very happy about that.
Well, yes, to tell you the truth, we are trying to work hard because we wanted to drain the swamp here in our country.
Pit marches and all that, yeah. That was a thought balloon added by John Hopwood, by the way. That doesn't appear in the transcript.
It was tremendous.
We brought in many new people. Not the old politicians. Not like the Sleepy Joes.
Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button. We can add that the Sleepy Joe was not there either.
Oh, right.
But, this is what you call fake news, right? Poetic lies. I can feel like Mike Doyle getting ready to get the knives out.
Yes.
We brought in many new people. Not the old politicians. Not the typical politicians. Because we want to have a new format and a new type of government. You are a great teacher for us, and in that.
Well, it's very nice of you to say that. I will say that we do a lot for Ukraine. We spend a lot of effort and a lot of time, much more than the European countries are doing, and they should be helping you more than they are.
Germany does almost nothing for you. All they do is talk, and I think it's something that you should really ask them about. When I was speaking to Angela Merkel, she talks Ukraine, but she doesn't do anything. A lot of the European countries are the same way, so I think it's something you want to look at. But the United States has been very, very good to Ukraine. I wouldn't say that it's reciprocal necessarily, because things are happening that are not good. Not good. But the United States has been very, very good to Ukraine.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Not only 100%, but actually 1,000%. And I can tell you the following. I did talk to Angela Merkel, and I did meet with her. I also met and talked with Macron, and I told them that they are not doing quite as much as they need to be doing on the issues with these sanctions. They are not enforcing the sanctions. They are not working as much as they should work for Ukraine. It turns out that even though, logically, the European Union should be our biggest partner, but technically, the United States is much bigger partner than the European Union. And I'm very grateful to you for that, because the United States is doing quite a lot for Ukraine, much more than European Union, especially when we are talking about sanctions against the Russian Federation. I would also like to thank you for your great support in the area of defense. We are ready to continue to cooperate for the next steps. Specifically, we are almost ready to buy more javelins from the United States for defense purposes.
I would like you to do us a favor, though, because our country has been through a lot, and Ukraine knows a lot about it. I would like you to find out what happened with this whole situation with Ukraine. They say crowd strike. I guess you have one of your wealthy people, the server. They say Ukraine has it. There are a lot of things that went on, the whole situation. I think you're surrounding yourself with some of the same people. I would like to have the Attorney General call you or your people, and I would like you to get to the bottom of it. As you saw yesterday, that whole nonsense ended with a very poor performance by a man named Robert Mueller. An incompetent performance, but they say a lot of it started with Ukraine. Whatever you can do, it's a very important that you do it if that's possible.
Yes, it is very important for me, and everything that you just mentioned earlier. For me as a president, it is very important, and we are open for any future cooperation. We are ready to open a new page on cooperation in relations between the United States and Ukraine. For that purpose, I just recalled our ambassador from United States, and he will be replaced by a very competent and very experienced ambassador who will work hard on making sure that our two nations are getting closer. I would also like and hope to see him having your trust and your confidence and have personal relations with you. With you. So we can cooperate even more so. I will personally tell you that one of my assistants spoke with Mr. Giuliani just recently, and we are hoping very much that Mr. Giuliani will be able to travel to Ukraine, and we will meet once he comes to Ukraine. I just wanted to assure you, once again, that you have nobody but friends around us. I will make sure that I surround myself with the best and and most experienced people. I also wanted to tell you that we are friends. We are great friends. And you, Mr. President, have friends in our country, so we can continue our strategic partnership. I also plan to surround myself with great people. And in addition to that investigation, I guarantee, as the President of Ukraine, that all the investigations will be done openly and candidly. That I can assure you.
Good, because I heard you had a prosecutor who is very good, and he was shut down, and that's really unfair. A lot of people are talking about that, the way they shut your very good prosecutor down, and you had some very bad people involved. Mr. Giuliani is a highly respected man. He was the mayor of New York City, a great mayor, and I would like him to call you. I will ask him to call you, along with the Attorney General. Rudy very much knows what's happening, and he is a very capable guy. If you could speak to him, that would be great. The news and the people she was dealing with in the Ukraine were bad news. So I just want to let you know that. The other thing, there's a lot of talk about Biden's son, that Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out, and that's so. Whatever you can do with the Attorney General would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution, so if you can look into it, it sounds horrible to me.
Oh, I wanted to tell you about the prosecutor. First of all, I understand, and I'm knowledgeable about the situation. Since we have won the absolute majority in our parliament, the next prosecutor general will be 100% my person, my candidate, who will be approved by the parliament and will start as a new prosecutor in September. He or she will look into the situation, specifically to the company that you mentioned in this issue. The issue of the investigation of the case is actually the issue of making sure to restore the honesty. So we will take care of that, and will work on the investigation of the case. On top of that, I would kindly ask you if you have any additional information that you can provide to us. It would be very helpful for the investigation to make sure that we administer justice in our country with regard to the ambassador to the United States from Ukraine. As far as I recall, her name was Ivanovich. It was great that you were the first one who told me that she was a bad ambassadoress, because I agree with you 100%. Her attitude towards me was far from the best, as she admired the previous president, and she was on his side. She would not accept me as a new president. Well enough.
Well, she's going to have to go through some things. I will have Mr. Giuliani give you a call, and I'm also going to have Attorney General Barr call you, and we will get to the bottom of it. I'm sure you will figure it out. I heard the prosecutor was treated very badly, and he was a very fair prosecutor. So good luck with everything. Your economy is going to get better and better, I predict. You have a lot of assets. It's a great country. I have many Ukrainian friends. They're incredible people.
I would like to tell you that I also have quite a few Ukrainian friends that live in the United States. Actually, last time I traveled to the United States, I stayed in New York, near Central Park, and I stayed at the Trump Tower. I will talk to them, and I hope to see them again in the future. I also wanted to thank you for your invitation to visit the United States, specifically Washington, D.C. On the other hand, I also want to assure you that we will be very serious about the case and will work on the investigation. As to the economy, there is much potential for our two countries, and one of the issues that is very important for Ukraine is energy independence. I believe we can be very successful and cooperating on energy independence with United States. We are already working on cooperation via buying American oil, but I am very hopeful for a future meeting. We will have more time and more opportunities to discuss these opportunities and get to know each other better. I would like to thank you very much for your support.
Good. Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate that. I will tell Rudy and Attorney General Barr to call. Thank you. Whenever you would like to come to the White House, feel free to call. Give us a date, and we'll work that out. I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much. I would be very happy to come and would be happy to meet with you personally and get to know you better. I am looking forward to our meeting. And I also would like to invite you to visit Ukraine and come to the city of Kiev, which is a beautiful city. We have a beautiful country which would welcome you. On the other hand, I believe that on September 1, we will be in Poland, and we can meet in Poland, hopefully. After that, it might be a very good idea for you to travel to Ukraine. We can either take my plane and go to Ukraine, or we can take your plane, which is probably much better than mine.
Okay, we can work that out. I look forward to seeing you in Washington and maybe in Poland, because I think we are going to be there at that time.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. President.
Congratulations on a fantastic job you've done. The whole world was watching. I'm not sure it was so of an upset, but congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. President. Bye-bye.
And scene. There you go. There's there it is. The transcript.
I wished I'd had some water.
I know. I felt I was feeling bad for you. Well, I have to say this, though. You really threw yourself into the role.
Well, what the hell?
Yes, yes. Now, does he actually speak like that, or is that just what you imagine him to speak like?
Actually, I wanted to do Peter Sellers, but it didn't come out that way.
Oh, okay.
It's Dr. Strangelove.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I got this when I was at the VA. Something to suck on.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's a good thing you got that, huh?
Kind of like Donald Trump and his sour eggs.
Yes, yes. By the way, the phone line is open now that we've done our performance. We will take calls, 603-250-6007.
It was tender and very touching, I think. It's like a bromance.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're besties. I mean, clearly Zelensky is very, very grateful and appreciative of the president.
Well, he modeled himself after the president. After all, he was an actor and a screenwriter that played the president of Ukraine on a TV show for several years. And never even campaigned. It was a virtual campaign.
Yes.
And rousing success, 73% in the second round.
Absolutely.
And, so these two seem to be, buddies.
Yes, indeed. So we have some Facebook live activity. Michael Albert says the Ukrainian president is as bad as Trump. The U.S. president calls him to congratulate him, and he doesn't say thank you. He makes it all about him, as is typical of Trump. Michael Albert, who, by the way, is a top fan, has top fan status. Reading this, it's like the weirdest phone conversation in the history of phone conversations. Now this is a matter of public record. This should be performed in town squares across the country, like the Lincoln-Douglas debates. Oh, I like that idea. Joel the Moose Elber, who will be a candidate for state rep up in Concord, joins us in the Facebook live chat
Joel,
as well.
why don't you get back to me?
Well, maybe why, do you want to be his campaign manager again?
I was up at his house today.
Oh, you were? Oh.
I was up at the federal court covering the Bible hearing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
How do I know? The Bible
tells
me so.
Tells me. Is it tells me
Told
so
me
or
so.
told me so?
How do I know the Bible? Is it told me or I can't remember.
See, I'm
now.
not sure either. Yeah. I don't
We'll
know.
have to look it up and we can sing it.
Yes.
Once I
Well.
get my voice back.
So what do you, so now that you are familiar with the transcript, what are your thoughts?
Well, just a bunch of the same old bully, bull.
Oh, because yesterday you were like, you were all excited you were all amped up about them moving forward with the impeachment inquiry.
I am.
You still are?
Yes.
Okay. But not because of this?
Well, the Senate voted unanimously to have the whistleblower report delivered to them.
That surprised me.
Which is a big blow against the Trump cult.
Right. Yeah, that actually surprised me that they voted in
It
a
did.
bipartisan manner. It did, yes.
It did.
Hmm.
It did.
It really did.
It really did.
I think it's too late for this year, but for next year we should submit the performance of the transcript for the Granite Mike Awards.
Why not?
Yes.
Do you think should I run for the presidency or the United States Senate in 2020? Maybe I should run for both.
Well, you could just run for both, right? You can be on the ballot for both in New Hampshire, can't you?
Well, it costs $1,000 to run for president, but they have an exemption if you're a pauper. But Bill Gardner and the Secretary of State's office won't tell me what that exemption is. Because I guess if it became widely known, there could be there's more candidates than ran for the governor of California during the great recall of 2003 or whatever.
Oh, Gray
year it
Davis,
was.
when they recalled Gray Davis, I remember that.
And elected Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
I'll always regret I didn't vote for anybody but Gray Davis.
Right.
I could say who's the little midget that ran?
Gary Coleman. I don't think
Gary Coleman?
I don't think we're allowed to say midget anymore.
The vertically challenged person.
Oh, are you thinking, or is it Vern Troyer who ran?
Well, it was a prostitute who ran, a madam.
Well, there was Mary Carey, the porn star.
Oh, that wasn't there a madam too?
But are you thinking of actual candidates, or are you thinking of that game show Comedy Central did, Who Wants to Be Governor of California?
No, I'm thinking I actually voted. There was 200 some odd names.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Because Mary Carey,
really.
Mary Carey won that. She won the game show for Who Wants to Be Governor of California.
Wasn't Gary Coleman a Caucasian taller actor that was in middling actor?
No, Gary Coleman was on Different Strokes.
He was the midget.
He's the one who said,
vertically...
it wasn't a midget. He was just very short. He's the one who would say, "What you talking about, Willis?" Fred Bonig joins us in the Facebook live chat. I just see Fred's name now. I fear that he might have missed our award-winning. I'll just say it in advance. Our award-winning performance of the transcript.
Do you think that he'll be able to see it in any other venue?
Of course.
And what would that venue be?
Oh, you mean our performance?
Aye.
Well, it's on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. And, of course, it will be available at WMNHradio.org. But I think it's important that people not only listen to it, but view it because, it's important that they see because my impression of Trump is terrible. So I try to make up for it with the hand motions. And, of course, I I mean, you really threw yourself into the role of Zelensky, so I think people need to see your face as you're speaking the dialogue. Because you were like turning red and everything. I mean, it was remarkable.
Gary Coleman was a dwarf.
He was, technically?
A dwarf is having an adult height under 147 centimeters, 4'10".
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street. John Hopwood, do you have a stage name?
No.
No.
Well, we were pitched that song, Hillbilly Jim, never did come on, although he does plan on making amends.
Good.
To sing his song, VA Blues.
VA Blues. VA for Veterans Administration?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Veterans Administration Blues.
Okay.
And it gave me an idea listening to the, what do they call it, a demo tape? I don't think it was very rough.
Yes.
But, that type of music, country music often is.
Yes, of course, yes.
So I got an idea while we're sitting here, and you saw me working away, of that Scumpy talked about a parody, of doing a parody song, Prison Blues, in honor of Michael Cohen. But, this is very rough. It's very, what would you call it? Besides relevant, a word I despise, or contemporaneous, because it's more than contemporaneous.
Very appropriate, very apropos, which I guess is the same thing.
You're using white boys' language.
Very,
come on, though.
There is another word.
Where's Ben Dion? Is he running around with Sue?
Wrong day.
Run around Sue.
Today's Wednesday. We have the sports show is on after us. Perhaps we'll see Kyle pop in.
You current and relevant with the latest
That's
jiggy
true.
phrases from the high school.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I want the young listeners to think I'm a hep cat and not some jive turkey.
There's no way to isolate the track from a Hank Williams song to back me up.
What do you want? Well, I can see if so what do you want, like an instrumental of a Hank Williams song? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I guess this is based on Lovesick Blues by Hank Williams Sr.
Well, I can see if...
of course, that might throw you off when you have it in back there,
Right.
I don't do this professionally, as you all can tell. If I did have some talent that way, I wouldn't be in the low-income bracket I am now.
I'm trying to see if there's a karaoke version.
A karaoke version. Are you allowed to use that, though?
Yeah,
without
of course.
getting into some type of Facebook hell, which... Are you out of your Facebook hell?
Well, that's
Blues.
a separate thing that's very weird. But, all right, so I found the karaoke version.
Is somebody calling in?
No, somebody's calling my cell phone. I don't know why people call my cell phone when I'm live on the air.
I text you while you're live on air.
Sometimes, and sometimes I
call you when you're live on air.
That's true, but not my cell phone. You call the studio line, yes.
007.
All right, are you ready? Shall I go?
Yeah, let's hit it.
All right,
hit it.
Here we go.
I hope I can match it up, though.
I hope so too.
I do because
I don't hear anything. Oh, there we go.
Here we go. I've got a feeling called the prison blues. What a terrible thing. I can't believe it's all over. But the iron door went ka-ching. I've got to get a pardon somehow, but that's not likely now. Trump screw Stormy, he screw me, he screw you. And then I gotta get a little back here. I hate the way my cellmate calls me sweet. What happened? I hate the way my cellmate calls me sweet daddy. Heidi Hamer's calling me right now. Heidi, why are you calling me during a broadcast? Oh, let me put you on speakerphone.
Oh.
I hate the way your daddy... What? Do what? Am I shouting? Oh, shut up. Jeez, she gets elected and it all goes through her head.
I know, right?
Jeez, I just got rid of my lyrics. You want to try it again?
You want to start over?
Why start over? It's going to go on forever, right?
Yes, it's just going to...
Okay.
No, not
lyric
really.
About
but...
the iron door going ka-ching, we might have to work that
out. Right.
But Trump, screw story. See, there's a little dissonance here. Because it goes in the song, she do me, she do you. And then we go. So we have Trump screw story. He screw me, he screw you. Well, get rid of Stormy, right, Master? What the hell are you doing there?
Yes. What?
Well, I consider, you're sitting in Peter White's seat, so you must be the Master.
Oh, right, the Master, yes.
Okay, I don't know if we're going to get this I hate the way my cellmate calls me sweet daddy in there, but we will eventually.
All right, so you want to take it from the top? Because the karaoke is almost over.
Oh, yeah, let's try it again. And no calls from state reps, particularly Democrats and Republicans. Libertarians, feel free to call.
All right, so we're going to start this because it's only
what voice should I use?
It's only 3 minutes long.
I never did do the Louis Armstrong.
You might need. No, you need more twang.
Twang. Oh, I got to be like Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Jim.
Just imagine yourself with a piece of straw hanging out of your mouth.
A piece of straw? What about out of my fly? Well, I don't have a fly. I got buttons here in my overalls.
That's fine too. Well, we don't. It's theater of the mind. We don't need to worry about that.
Channel Hillbilly Jim.
Yes.
Not Hillbilly Jim the wrestler, but Hillbilly Jim the Reverend of the Tax-Free Church of.
Oh, hello to the Honorable Gary S. Hopper, who joins us in the Facebook live chat.
Does Gary have the prison blues?
I don't believe Gary's currently in prison. No,
he might be in prison by an ideology, Matt.
Right? Yes, a prisoner of his conservatism. Yes.
Well, constitutionalism.
That too.
I thought he was a constitutionalist.
Well, they're the same thing, really.
Okay, maybe it would help to have listened to the actual song beforehand.
No, you were doing great the first time. You just need to tighten it up a little.
It's that afterthought about I hate the way my cellmate calls me sweet daddy. How would you like to have a cellmate calling you sweet daddy?
Well, I'd rather not have a cellmate. I'd rather not be in prison. Yeah.
Salad tossing, especially.
I mean, I've got a busy schedule. I think being in prison would interfere with my day.
What about the iron door? What is a prison door? What would you call it? The barred door? The barry door? That's like Clockwork Orange. You're going to be in the stripey place.
I don't think they call it any of those things.
People don't watch the prison movies anymore where it goes.
Not everything has a special name. Sometimes things are just called what they're called.
What do they call a jail cell door?
I've never been to prison. I don't know. You call it...
technically you haven't been to prison. The dog pond, is,
No.
It's a critter.
Sure.
Crash.
All right, are you ready? Are you ready
I'm always ready.
All right, here we go. This is John Hopwood singing...
Okay, let's get into the Hillbilly Jim twang.
Hillbilly Jim performing Lovesick Blues.
No, the prison blues.
Prison blues. Whatever, yeah.
I got a feeling called the prison blues. What a terrible thing. I can't believe it's all over. The door went ka-chang. I've got to get a pardon somehow, but that's not likely now. Trump, screw me, screw you. I hate the way my cellmate calls me sweet daddy. Oh, jeez, that last daddy, that took something out of me, man.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
We have a little rapping in here. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was in love. We kind of lost our place.
Oh.
I was in love with the billionaire cad. Elected president with less than a chat. That's where I got the thing from, Joe.
Oh, right, yes.
We need to work on this, Matt. But I gotta. Somehow I'm lost.
I can
there.
take the beat.
This is harder than his coconuts.
Oh, my goodness, wow.
This isn't the song, though.
It's not?
Okay, let's hit it. I got a feeling called the prison blues. What happened to the dream? I can't believe it's all off, Mateo.
Well,
I need a little deafness. I need like a master flash back there that can take that.
What?
You can take that the disc, you know.
Oh,
You've got me,
a DJ.
Yeah, DJ. Didn't I say that?
Well, no, but I know it. I figured out what you meant.
We're gonna have to record this and work on it because
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty good already. I mean, it's
maybe it should be
raw.
done. What's Michael Cohen sound like?
What's
Do you have a thing of him? We can make him sing it. Is that a hillbilly Jim?
Says who?
Hillbilly might be pretty PO'd now. You deal with the Yeti.
He's in the WWE Hall of Fame, that hillbilly
no,
Jim.
that's not. We're talking about hillbilly Jim O'Connell.
Oh,
Not-
right.
Not Jim O'Connell.
Oh,
He's
right,
gonna come to
yeah.
the show and likes to spar with
Yeah.
Dr. Jeff Cassell.
Think he's going to have
Heavyweight
a response to
versus
that diss track?
Is that him? That sounds like Ryan Gorman.
That was Ryan Gorman.
Does Ryan Gorman sound like Michael Cohen? You don't have any Michael Cohen voice?
All I have is
I've got a feeling called the...
I just have the Says Who and the Says Who extended.
Says who?
Polls. I just told you. I answered your question.
How does
Which polls?
Donald Trump talk?
All of them.
When I ever think of it, I think he's doing Burt Lancaster.
You want to try doing it as Donald
I
Trump?
got a feeling called the prison blues.
Wow, you sound
what
just like
a
him.
terrible thing. I can't believe it's all over. But what would it be for Ronald?
You sing it so much better without
Ronald
the music.
Trump.
A cappella, it's like you suddenly have a golden throat.
What would go? What would rhyme with "thing"? That would happen to Donald Trump if he was going to go to jail. What would Melania? He's going to lose Melania, but thing, ting, ding. I'm going to lose the ding-a-ling? No, she's not. He's the ding-a-ling of that.
Right, she's going to lose the
What's he
ding-a-ling.
going to live? That's ing, thing, ding, bring,
Bling.
fling. Oh,
He's going to lose
I
all
got
his
it.
bling.
I can't believe it's all over because of. Well, now I'm back at Hillbilly Jim because of that fling. Because of
Oh,
that
there you
fling.
go. There you go.
I've got to get a pardon somehow, but that's not likely from Pence now. I screwed you, I screwed me, I screwed everybody. I hate the way my soulmate calls me sweet daddy.
You actually do sing much better a cappella. It's weird.
It's the end of a dream. But see, now I'm no longer the Donald Trump.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should just, you don't have to do an impression. You can just be you.
I can't believe it's all over, but that's what it seems. Now it's, I got
That's
to,
actually
the song
very-
is,
that's actually
I
very
got
good.
to get to her somehow. I got to get to Pence somehow, but he's off. Well, he doesn't sleep with other women, does he? Except his wife.
Oh, Mike
But
Pence.
he's off
How dare you?
banging Mike Pompeo now. He do
What?
me, he screw me, he screw you. See, it starts out in the first stanza. I screw you, I screw.
Right, yes.
But now it's Pence is going to screw. Pence becomes Trump. That would be the logic. He's off us. He screw me, he screw you. I can't believe my cellmate calls me sweet daddy.
Hello to Thomas Massengale, who joins us in the Facebook
Well,
live
that's
chat.
certainly pissing on the campfire. Can we say that? I've known Tom all my adult life.
Yeah.
Since I was 18 when I met him.
Yeah.
And my adult life started maybe a few years ago.
You guys ever sing together?
No, he was a guitarist, but I don't remember him ever singing. We got to do this as Michael Cohen. I think there's some real promise in here, and we can have it as we don't want to just a Matt Connarton. Well, you don't use the word joint anymore because you got sued by Spike Lee.
That's right, yeah.
A Matt Connarton stub? No, that sounds like Wikipedia.
Yeah, and there's other problems with that as well.
I screw you, he screw me. I love the way
Tom says, come back, John.
Oh, take a flying,
And then there's no, and then he says, Joni?
I've got a
What does that
feeling
mean?
called the prison blues. What a terrible thing. I can't believe it's all over.
Oh, Johnny.
But
Not Joni.
Mike Pence has got to have done something. Just took the oath. What thing like an oath rhymes with ing or something around there? You ever a lyricist?
Yeah.
See, you drive Glenn R.J. Ouellette to the streets where he has to adjust his codpiece in the freezing cold. The great lyricist of Manchester, New Hampshire.
I can
something
take the beat.
with an oath. You know, folks, you can call in or send stuff in.
What's
something
the line?
Mike Pence ing. Mike's, you know, he's not going to call him a dingaling.
I need to hear the line.
I love the dingaling system.
Because I can do it, but I need to hear it. What are you trying to rhyme?
Okay. Are we going to do it as Burt Lancaster? You know, because I can't do Donald Trump. I've got a feeling. Because he was in prison. Birdman of Alcatraz.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, great movie, too. Brute Force.
All right, what's
Jules Dassin direct that?
What's the line you're trying to rhyme? Because I can do it.
I've got a feeling called the I got a feeling called the prison blues. Hank Williams was a great yodeler. He was always yodeling.
Yes.
Jesus, he could take that. I got a feeling called the love sea. You know, blues. He can just yodel like mad. You know, that's what Donald Trump will be doing if they do arraign him. And,
he'll be yodeling?
Indict him after the impeachment conviction. He'll be yodeling not down the valley. I could see your eyes, you know. He'll be yodeling in the halls of the court.
My grandmother would yodel when she'd call in her cat at night. She'd go, here, kitty, 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 kitty. But she'd say it like really fast.
You know who's a great yodeler? Marlon Brando's childhood friend.
I've heard that. Tom Massengale in the Facebook live chat says Theresa May survived.
Who gives a good
well, apparently,
about that?
Apparently Tom does.
We're creating a classic parody song about now it's Donald Trump that's in jail.
I still don't know what you're trying to rhyme.
I'm getting gas now.
Are you? You're getting a little gassy? There's a joke in there somewhere, but we're not going to do that. Oh, you think you're a big star now. You're waving to women in the hallway.
I always thought going on the public TV would get me laid, and it didn't. I don't think the radio's helping either.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I'm in love
You're like,
with the beautiful girl.
You're hitting the mic somehow there, and it's, yes, there you go. You can't hear that? All right. What are you trying to rhyme?
I got a feeling called the prison blues. What a terrible thing. I can't believe it's all over. And now if we're going to be Trump, but Mike Pence, Pence is doing his, he already did thing.
But Pence is about to be the new king. King?
That just doesn't have any.
King and thing rhyme.
Pence has been crowned the new king. But Pence has been crowned the new king. There's a little too much in there. Since it's country music, you can drop out all sorts of syllables. You know?
Yes.
Pence crowned new king.
Well, there you go. Yes.
You got to get that yodeling in him.
I'm not a yodeler.
You're not very helpful.
I'm yodeling challenged.
Where'd the DNA come from for the yodeling?
I'm Irish. Irish people don't yodel.
Oh, my mother yodeled. Yodel,
you think she was really Irish? She could have.
Half Irish.
She could have been lying to you.
Her father was Irish.
Oh.
Her mother was Scotch-Irish and French-Canadian.
Well, that's a little different.
Along with Pierre Trudeau. So I guess Justin Trudeau, too.
Tom's asking if you've been hitting the sauce. I don't think he appreciates how...
I've got to get a pardon somehow, but that's not likely now. Pence screw me, he screw you, and then
You're,
that
sounds terrible in the mic. There you go.
Well, you know, we were supposed to have a recording studio. The last time I was in your recording studio, the laughter from all around kind of threw everything off.
Yes, yes.
But of course, we don't talk about those days
anymore. No. Oh, Tom is a dual citizen, he says. I didn't know that about him. Is that true? Or is he saying this to throw us off the case?
Okay, what's Michael Cohen? Does he have? Can't do a New York accent.
Me neither.
What does a New Yorker sound like?
But he does speak with a New York accent. Yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Well, Tony Soprano's sort of.
Ooh, no, that's the guy.
New Jersey.
That was car 54. Where are you? Joey, what's his name? Ooh, ooh.
When did they flip you? Tell me. Don't lie.
I've got a feeling called the prison blues. So you can't yodel when you're a New Yorker. New Yorkers don't yodel.
Yeah.
What a terrible
You got to figure out a way to stop tapping the mic like that.
I can't. I was tapping the floor.
I know. Just try to do it softly.
It's all. But now, see, I'm going into the country thing.
Yeah, that's all right. I thought you were on a good track with that.
I can't believe it's all over.
Just
see, Michael Cohen doesn't have the soul to friggin'.
You can say friggin'.
Let loose. But I think Donald Trump does. If we could just get his voice down.
I bet Michael Cohen.
This could be huge, Matt.
You get a few drinks in Michael Cohen, I bet he does let loose.
This could be huge. We could do it for Melania, but we'd have to have somebody that can do her voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My friend that did sound like her says, please tell me I do not sound like Melania. I says, no, you don't. But she did.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling called the prison blues. You're not much help, are you?
Help with what? I've been trying to be.
I thought you were some type of DJ.
I've been very encouraging. Well, you sound better a cappella.
Flash, yes. Fab Five Freddy.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious
Fab
Five.
Freddy.
Yeah.
Said everybody something.
Did he say that?
It's some Blondie song.
I just remember White Lines.
Fab Five Freddy say blah, 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
And isn't Fab Five Freddy? Isn't he on the? Isn't he on?
I bet Tom saw
the Blondie track there.
Yeah. Well, he's not on, but he's referenced.
Or he's referenced. Yeah.
That's the first song, mainstream song. It says hip hop. Ask Tom whether he met the. If you ever saw Grand, those guys, Fab Five Freddy and Grandmaster Flash, because he was the person that. I listened to rap with Tommy Boy Records.
Did you just ask me to ask him that?
Yeah.
He can hear you.
You know, Yeti, you are a pain in the. If I had a buttocks, you'd be a pain in them.
Oh boy!
Did you get that salve for me?
Did I get what?
The salve they make out of Yeti spore.
No.
It did wonders for me.
Extremely offensive out there.
I gave you the garlic cure.
Tom says, tell Hop I pledged allegiance to Her Majesty.
And tell him that he
and
is...
her descendants.
He pledged allegiance to my cousins.
Oh.
I'm related to Princess Di.
Cool. Excuse me.
I didn't know that when I was in England. I found that out.
I just had to sneeze. I never have to sneeze in this room. For whatever reason.
The stank.
I think your yodeling makes me sneeze.
You aren't useful as a DJ. I thought you were going to help me with a classic.
What you sound better a cappella. You really do.
Yeah, but I can't do Donald Trump. Should we just stick to Michael Cohen?
He also says he has 2 passports now.
Oh, geez, who doesn't?
I don't.
Ask me if he has a buzzer.
He can hear you.
No, he can't.
Why not?
Because I'm doing a mind meld on.
Oh, right. But how come I can hear you?
You're not. You know what? You've been here pretending you're a champ, but you're a tramp.
What's that from?
DJ Sizzle. You're a fizzle.
Oh, yeah.
You're a fizzle.
MC Sizzle's skills never fizzle.
I thought you were DJ Fizzle.
No.
It's DJ Glenn.
M Sizzle.
What's DJ Glenn?
No, it's Glenn R.J. Willette.
No, DJ Glenn.
What?
DJ Glenn.
You know what the R.J. and
you just won't run. You won't run. This is the truth out now. He won't run DJ Glenn's rap to get back at him.
I finally figured out, by the way, what the R.J. in Glenn R.J. Willette stands for. You know what it stands for? Stands for real sexy. Just saying. Did you know that?
For Julius. He was conceived at the Orange Julius stand in Brooklyn. And then hauled up to Canada.
That's you
didn't know that?
I did. Yeah, no. Is that
it's a good thing he wasn't? He's really Glenn. It's really Glenn OJ.
Wait a minute. I got to check something.
But
here.
they would have put too many O's in his name. You know what I mean? Because he has as Bishop of God.
Tom says. Good night, gents. I just looked it up in Wikipedia. It's true. How did you know that, though? I can't believe Wikipedia has such detailed information.
I used to be a Wikipedia.
About Glenn, real sexy, just saying, Willette.
O.J. Willette. Yeah, the Orange Julius stand.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore. It's something different now.
His father was,
now it's a Macy's.
A good man, but he wasn't a big spender. And thank God that soon-to-be Mrs. Willette liked, hot dogs and knockwurst.
Thank goodness.
You can't get a good hot dog knockwurst in Van Buren, Quebec, even to this day.
Oh, you just got to know where to go.
Now, how am I folks, how am I going to bring this classic to fruition? Like Mrs. O.J. Ouellette brought Glenn up to Canada in her very being, when I've got a fraud for a DJ over here.
What do you mean?
Where are your platters? Where's your
Do you
turntable?
want? You want?
You could have taken when I'm going into there. You could have gone right back. You know.
You want a hip hop? You want a beat? You're gonna rap it? That's what you should do. You should rap it.
Where's the camera, folks? I'm being tormented here. Just a few bad Yeti sayings.
I get what you're looking for.
I'm going to give Sassy your number.
You need.
I don't want any of that crap. I want Hank Williams. I've got a feeling called the prison blues.
Let's see how it sounds. Let's see how it sounds over that. Oh yeah,
that's something like fake. Like a 4-year-old playing Mozart with a cheap Radio Shack synthesizer.
There you go. Try to rap that. No, actually, just sing it over this. See how it sounds.
Oh, I won't.
Aw, you're no fun.
It's a country song.
Doesn't have to be. It can have more than one version.
You're a bully.
It can be more than one format.
I'm being bullied here in the air. Look at the Cupid's bow in his hair. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to put this online. And there is a 7-letter word that goes with it.
Cupid's bow?
No, don't touch your locks.
What do you... I have a Cupid's bow?
Well, that's like your lips, right? But
My
we
lips?
don't talk about your mandible.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It says right over here, don't talk about Matt's mandible.
Well, yeah, it does say that. That's an FCC regulation.
Why don't you, look away like you're talking into the mic?
Look away? Like I'm talking in... I am talking into the mic.
Yeah.
How long does it take to take? How long does it take to take?
Look at the flag.
It takes you
let me desecrate.
It takes you longer to take a picture.
Can I help it that my phone is focusing
lyrics.
8 million times?
Oh my God! What year is that phone? Is that like one of those burner phones that Joel bought?
Oh, we're gonna be mocking the Yeti Day.
No.
How do I get this on social media?
I don't know. What is that? Your first time using that? What is that? That's not even a phone, is it? Is that a BlackBerry? What is that?
Dear Carol Robidoux.
What do you have?
I am under duress here, up on the 4th floor.
I heard that everyone pronounces her name wrong, and it's actually pronounced
Rubidoux.
It's actually pronounced Rubidoux. Yeah,
Rubidoux.
Carol Rubidoux
We
from
could wrap
Manchester
it up from
Inklink.
Carol Rubidoux's point of view.
Well, I like Carol. I'm not going to record a diss track about her.
Crazy Guggenheim, the Rubidoux rap. all the imbeciles she has to put up with in the Queen City, as a genderless news person. The Rubidoux rap.
Do you know, so he got 3 years, Michael Cohen. He blames it on blind loyalty.
He got 36 months.
Blind loyalty.
Did he flip?
To Trump. He did flip, yes.
I got a feeling called the prison blues.
Trump doesn't like that. He doesn't like flippers.
I know all about flipping. For 30, 40 years, I've been watching flippers. It almost ought to be outlawed.
It ought to be outlawed.
What happened to the dream? I've got to get a pardon somehow. But that don't look like it's gonna happen now. He screw me, he screw you.
Says who?
I hate the way my cellmate calls me sweet daddy. Oh, yes, Matt. You're no help at all.
I know. Well, I tried to help. I gave you a dope beat.
Yetis don't have a soul. You know what you say. You rose to the top before you decide descending to this level out of sheer violence and terrorizing people.
One time Michael Cohen said he would take a bullet for Trump.
Just like
somehow I don't think Trump feels the same about Michael Cohen.
A Yeti's a one-man mafia, although we can't use that word. One-man mob.
Have you would you take a bullet for Glenn, real sexy, just saying, Ouellette?
The only person besides my country I'd die for, so yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Is
Are you having a stroke again? I always worry about that. Every time you do that, I get concerned. It's like, what's going on over there? I probably shouldn't even
Is it
joke
Wednesday
about that
today?
because one of these days it's gonna.
Oh, it's starting to come through.
One of these days it's gonna actually happen.
I wonder if Sassy's calling Norm's show.
Oh,
was Sassy a wolf? Or a wolfen?
I don't know.
A werewolf?
I don't.
He did pretend he was a Yeti.
I don't talk about Sassy. That's
sexy.
That just brings
sexy sassy.
Bad things, you know.
Sexy sassy.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a song by Beatles?
Sexy sassy.
Made a fool of everyone. We could do what we. If you touch any Beatles stuff, you'd wind up in Siberia. See, you talk with all the lawyers they have.
Yes.
Tom grew up with the son of Linda McCartney's, of father. So I guess that's her brother.
No.
It happens out that way. Frequently when your father has a child, they're either your brother or sister or one of 5 other things.
I don't even know what you just said. What?
Oh, well, yeah, that's why I should have been an attorney, right?
Right, yes, you should have been.
Dope. Have the dope over here with that dope hair.
I think you would be in contempt of court on many an occasion.
You ruined my song.
How did I do that?
You did that because you've got a contracted deal with Hillbilly Jim. The bib overalls, the straw hat.
Wow.
Offensive. Yeah, you fight dirty.
I'm his Svengali.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street. I get in here, I get logged on, I'm getting ready for the show, and just as virtual Dave Ridley has taken over the computer, he is not alone. We have somebody else.
Listen to somebody. I'm not just saying Lenny Bruce or something, and get a better routine.
Yeah, virtual John Hopwood is also here. I haven't heard from the real, the physical human John Hopwood, but virtual John Hopwood appears to have teamed up with virtual Dave Ridley. What will be interesting is the real John Hopwood, of course, as you may have noticed, not a particularly big fan of John McCain. So it'll be very interesting, I think, as the show goes forward, to see how the ghost of John McCain and virtual John Hopwood get along. So we'll have to see how that goes.
I have a clear record of bipartisanship.
So there you go. I don't know what that has to do with anything, ghost of John McCain.
Grow up.
No.
Grow up. Live in the real world.
Well,
right?
He's a ghost. I don't know what you want from him, virtual John Hopwood. They're already bickering. I knew this would happen. I knew these two would not get along. And John Hopwood is here.
Hey, I got a trivia question. It has to do with the movies and John Wayne.
Oh,
Jesus, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, virtual John Hopwood butting in. Maybe
you're gonna get me like what was the guy's name? Yason?
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's not into the John Wayne discussion.
I hate being bored.
Oh my goodness! Well,
I'm getting the F-bombs. They're loading up here.
Well, oh my goodness!
Grow up.
Well,
grow up. Live in the real world.
Now, virtual
this
John
is the
Hopwood,
real world.
Virtual John Hopwood is being very rude, and I apologize.
To the real John Hopwood.
I mean, yes, I know. I mean, that's the irony of it. I'll tell you. Wow.
Who said? This is a movie quote, and it's by a character who the actor who played him was nominated for an Oscar the same year Duke won his Oscar for True Grit. I ain't a real cowboy, but I am one hell of a stud. Is that Ryan Gorman? No, but it does sound like Ryan Gorman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. His daughter also won an Oscar, popularized tattoos, and was married to some blonde-haired actor who I couldn't stand. Who gives a Who gives a damn?
I don't think virtual John Hopwood really appreciates your question.
A real John Hopwood doesn't never appreciate how obnoxious
my
John
goodness.
Hopwood was.
Well, hello to C.K. Trowbridge, who joins us in the Facebook live chat. My goodness. Well, what can you do? You sound upset with virtual John Hopwood.
Well, we have talked about that. Listen, remember, like I said, get a virtual John Hopwood. And then when I heard him, I was like, oh, good God.
Yes,
I had flashbacks.
Thank you.
Oh, are you out there?
It's
Daryl,
what?
just sit down for a second.
It's from what? Mint Bistro. Okay. Thank you, Daryl. Daryl Dion is. Oh yeah. Well,
I already had my taco.
He had some tacos earlier.
Come
Thank
back.
you.
We're trying to talk about John Wayne, and he's not interested.
Daryl Dion just brought me a taco. That's wonderful.
How can somebody be interested in John Wayne?
Oh my God, I'm so devastated.
Wow. Boy,
that F-bomb keeps loading up.
I don't know.
You better keep a finger on the button.
On the dump button?
The stick it sucks.
Well, I will. I will do that. Oh, my goodness. Boy, you and virtual John Hopwood just don't see eye to eye.
Geez, when I first heard, because I had heard about it, because, you know, I hadn't been listening to the show, and
yes.
Then I heard that. I can't remember where you were using it. And
Yeah.
it was like, my God.
Oh, wow.
It triggered the old...
You don't have anything to say.
Oh, my
I have lots to say.
He's very mean to you.
That
about
was
7 or 8 inches.
And he brags.
What?
He's a braggart. Virtual John Hopwood.
I thought it was 5 in the slack.
Oh, about 7 or 8 inches.
Well, that's not what he says.
Well, he's a liar.
Oh, okay.
The only way, we won't get into that.
All right, well.
Jeez, how much dope have you smoked? I mean, you
Not
know,
enough.
Party hard, right? God.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Virtual John Hopwood is just being very aggressive today.
What about virtual John Hopwood?
I haven't heard from him yet today, but
Where did he come from?
CK Trowbridge says you all are making me hungry. Off to lunch. All right,
For
CK.
tacos or hot dogs?
Oh, well,
we don't discriminate, and there must be something in between, right?
right. Well, I suppose
The genderless food stuff.
yes. Well,
And my bowels were in an uproar. You can see it on the show.
yeah. You had a
That's
difficult...
why one taco's enough for me.
Right. Exactly. I think you've learned your lesson.
Thought I had like $6 in my pocket.
Oh.
And I can call in for the pepperoni pizza later.
All right, I think we've heard enough of virtual John Hopwood.
Why is he making you hungry with all the food talk?
Pizza makes me fall asleep.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because it's too heavy, the cheese?
And it also gets my bowels in an uproar.
Right. That doesn't
What
happen
doesn't?
That doesn't happen to virtual John Hopwood, of course, because he's virtual.
My neurons weren't wired on a matrix from a gambling program used on your social media. I mean, my God.
Well, I'm not sure if that's true with virtual John Hopwood.
I would use the word algorithm.
Right.
Virtual John Hopwood is so old. It's old-fashioned.
I know.
Although algorithm's even more old-fashioned, but yet it's hip nowadays. Can we use the word hip?
You can use
You
hip
like hep.
or hep, yes.
You like hep.
Yes. Well,
And then there's hop.
yeah, yes. You're very critical of virtual
wow.
John Hopwood.
I hear that the
I'm
real...
not an imbecile.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Sometimes you can be, John. And I hear that the real John Hopwood is going to challenge the 2 mayoral candidates to appear on the morning show on alternate Fridays and sing karaoke with him.
Wow, no kidding.
yeah.
That's phenomenal.
I don't know who came up with that idea, but,
Right.
why not?
Right, yes. Well, I agree.
Daryl, how many tacos have you had? I've only had one, too.
Yes.
I had a good fish taco from Margarita's downstairs.
Oh, wow.
I wound up eating part of the foil.
Oh, I don't, I don't, I don't like fish. Ugh. Well, I'll tell you.
When do the food stamps? You can go down and pick up your cheese now.
Oh, my. The virtual John Hopwood continues to talk about food.
It was very nasally in that one.
Yes. Well.
Your allergies are acting up too, huh?
Oh, my allergies have been terrible. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, my allergies have been has been awful.
You're not funny. You're not anything. You're just a zero.
Oh, I don't know who he was talking to that time.
I think it was Yason.
Now, who's Yason? I'm not familiar with Yason.
The guy that virtual John Hopwood was parrying that day.
Oh, right. Yes.
The guy who got him the F-bomb.
Oh, right.
It was an F-bomb.
Yes, that's true. I don't think you're supposed to swear.
Aren't you supposed to swear now?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't understand why this guy Yason, I heard something very creative the other day about this amoeba boy. And,
careful! He gets very upset. That's very hurtful
Amoeba
if you
boy?
call him an amoeba. Daryl Dion from the morning show is here.
I'm sure Daryl Dion has seen a John Wayne movie in a theater.
I don't know who that is, and I don't care.
Oh my goodness! Virtual John Hopwood is very rude to our guests.
You're not only a Philistine, but a helot, Matty C.
Come say it to my face.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Matt.
That's the John Hopwood you and I know.
Right,
Who likes
yes.
to be in combat. Because I'm friends with Jeff Cassell. We'll have a few laughs about
Yeah, well, let's say it. Come and say it in person.
Wow.
We have a few laughs because he'd seen it all.
Yes.
He'd been up at the VA hospital.
Right, of course, yes.
I wonder if your son's, Ben's never seen a John Wayne movie in a theater. He wasn't around when they were in the theater.
Probably not.
They're
Probably not.
releasing the True Grit.
The true
on May
Grit.
5th.
As far as
and
I'm
May 8th.
concerned, there's only one.
Yeah, and the remake was like a shot-for-shot remake. And as good as Jeff Bridges is, he's a treasure in himself.
Absolutely.
But John Wayne was John Wayne,
Can you see them on?
the Duke.
You see these on TV, probably. I would assume?
No, I guess you could.
I know what's on the TV.
Remember we talked about how that's triggering.
What? The knowing what's on the TV?
Yes.
I hate being bored.
Okay. Well,
Classic ADHD, right?
right. Yes. Well.
We got a hell of a crowd outside.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
well, that's good. I'm glad it's a success. I wondered with the rain. Peter White is supposed to be calling in at some point. He is, of course, the
judge.
Yes, and our taco correspondent.
I'll send him a message.
But and I found his hat earlier in the restroom.
Did you? In
So
the restroom?
So I brought his hat.
You mean the Glen R. J. Olette Memorial Outhouse?
No. I mean the bathroom here.
Where the flower pot maiden set up shop for his tacos?
No, I don't know about that.
My brain is clogged with all sorts of stuff. Twinkies.
Oh, you know what happened?
Virtual John talks about food all the time. Yes, go
I was
ahead.
going up to the VA because I'm now like the VA correspondent for Carol Robideau, Manchester Inkling.
Yes,
And my
congratulations.
car overheated, so I eventually waited, open up the cap, which, it's a new type of system. Oh my God, there was this plug of like orangey red grunge in there. No wonder why the heater was acting up all.
Probably.
Once I took it out, I had heat.
What was it, cheese?
Oh, it was disgusting.
Orangey red grunge?
I still have some of it on my
What kind
hand.
of car are we talking about?
2006 Chevy Impala, great car. Never had any trouble with it. One of the GM after the GM recovered and
Okay, so did the cooling system go funky?
well, they didn't have the $100 to have it flushed out, and then I was going to do it myself, and we got the cold snap, and you can't do it. So
It's a little tough. It's really tough.
yeah, but
Jackass.
I've been called worse. Virtual John Hopwood.
Since the inception of the emission control system, people generally can't work on their own cars.
Right. Oh yeah, you can't even get your
The
hands
wrench
into
has
them.
been taken out of all those backyard mechanics.
When I was a kid in the 60s, my father, that's how he relaxed. And he once had me and my brother, we redid a $300 car and then sold it working on it. But,
Those are the days you could lift the hood and see the engine.
and there was all junkyard. There was a junkyard in Goffstown. You could just go right up there and get parts. Because a General Motors car, no matter what, you could get a part for it.
Absolutely.
But you could just get your body and sling it in there. But when anybody's father was working on a car like on a Saturday, every kid was like out gathered around looking in. I was fascinated by cars.
Yeah, my brother was. I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't?
No, I wasn't. Strangely enough, I was in the car business for 25 years, and I hate cars.
You hate what was your
I worked in service.
what was your mark dealer?
Oh, many. I worked at Mercedes, Honda, Cadillac, Oldsmobile.
So you were the
I was all
top.
over the place.
Yeah, my stepmother was an executive at General Motors, but the final one was GMC and Oldsmobile, and I can't remember. Cadillac, I don't think was part of it, but Pontiac won over. That they always had these divisions.
Yeah.
Well, you're not a car person. Remember the
Who gives a damn?
Oh, you weren't a car person. So.
No. My brother loved cars.
Oh, I love them too. And
You're a bore. You don't have anything to say. You're not funny. You're not anything. You're
here's
just a
somebody that
zero.
doesn't know John Wayne. He doesn't like cars.
That's true.
You're stupid.
But you're an Uber
Jackass.
driver.
No, well,
Nice
But-
hat.
Oh,
Everybody's got. I could put on a hat too, and then all four because Peter White left his hat. I could put this on.
I'll send him a message,
and then we all have hats.
Call in.
So Ben Dion is here as well. So
I'll just say the late '60s, those muscle cars, they were beautiful, just beautiful works of art.
Wow.
And I think a lot of people in the '60s and '50s, the fathers of the baby boom generation, they loved their cars more than they loved their wives.
I think in some instances you're right.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
Jeez, did you have to smoke that crap too?
Wow.
Both were equally as difficult.
Well, that's geez. So.
Oh boy! Wow! What a stunning life you must have. What a stunning worldview. Oh, this is getting a little old.
We should explain to Ben that the computer's been taken over by virtual John Hopwood now.
What happened to?
And he's been tangling with the real human John Hopwood. It's quite
no-win situation.
I'm ready to F-bomb.
It's quite. Well, I don't think you're allowed to.
Aren't you supposed to swear now?
No, we cannot do that.
No swearing.
And I have to hit the dump button.
The last thing about cars, I could always tell the social class of anybody if they could fix a car. Because if you brought up middle class or lower middle class, working class, but lower middle class, you had to fix the car because you inherited like the family bomb, and you could keep it going with a screwdriver and a few wrenches.
That's
but
it.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
It's sad. It's sad because it took out a whole industry.
Oh yeah, a great
just
auto
wiped it
mechanic.
out. Wiped it out.
Yeah.
You know, my brother was a mechanic for years, and his transition into the computerized car was unsuccessful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You have to have training. You have to go to school. You have to learn how the computer works, how to plug in
the
systems checks. Oh yeah,
yeah. It's a different.
He was
world.
a good mechanic until then.
And my mechanic that dates back when he was my mechanic when I left, and now I'm back. He was working on a Beamer, and he said it's just like a cash cow in many ways. When something goes wrong in that, it's like a fortune. But they are beautiful cars. I'm taking my hat off to you. You got me. Hey, there's Ben. Who are you guys sitting on tonight?
I'll tell you what.
Not John Hopwood.
No?
Whoa.
How about virtual John
What about
Hopwood?
virtual John Hopwood? Because if he just takes over
don't know
the
if we
computer...
could handle that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, you heard Carol. She's shepherding me towards a more positive,
all right.
What would you call it? Point of view.
Yes. Well, I think that's wonderful. Are you are you writing for... why are you laughing? Are you writing for...
Because you guys have never seen a positive John Hopwood.
I didn't know that existed.
Thought he did that one time.
Are you writing for Manchester Inklink on a regular basis?
Yes.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Like how regular? Like every
you
week?
Put
or?
stuff in the pipeline.
Oh.
She's published something. I have 3 pieces. There was one today about the Clothesline Project, which that's worthy of a show. It's about.
Well, hold that thought because we have a call.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, Matt. It's Peter White. How you doing? How you guys doing?
All right.
It's our taco correspondent. How are you, sir?
The king.
Jesus, buddy. We're good. We're in the limo. We have a few contest winners here. We got Adam Furious from Rock 101. We got Trevor.
Oh, I know Adam.
So far, we've had about, what'd you say, Adam, 20? About 20 tacos.
Wow. Yike.
Do you eat them all?
And I'll tell you what, we're feeling it already.
Wow. You probably had enough tacos to make Eric Gagnon cry.
Right.
Wow.
You're absolutely right.
He was outside.
But we do
Was
have,
he?
He was outside,
We do have
yeah.
some drinks flying around also in this limousine that you're seeing flying around.
Are you downstairs?
So it's all working out, guys.
Wow.
Excellent.
Very nice. Very nice.
But do you eat all the taco, or are you just eating a portion?
Well, I was hungry at first, John. I was hungry. I didn't eat all day, so I ate pretty well at first. Now I'm just taking bites.
Right.
Good job. Good job.
Are you going to eat them
There's
all?
no way you could do it.
Are you going to sample every
but
one?
It's fantastic. I'm going to tell you some of the good ones that I think we've had so far.
Yeah.
Kasaki Japanese food there over on Lake Avenel.
Oh, wow.
Great dessert taco at Baked.
Oh, okay.
And it's really filling up down here. So
Very nice.
A lot
Very
of
nice.
fun.
Good.
Have you been up to Republic? Which you must have been there because they had a great one a few years ago.
we have, and that was good too. I forget. I have a list here, but I'm having a hard time reading it.
Tequila. When did you guys start drinking?
Oh no, we haven't really been drinking heavily, but there are refreshments here.
Excellent.
Well, very good.
Yeah, it's good. But like I said, I think Kasaki so far has been my favorite so far.
Cool.
Can we make book on that?
Oh, I
Can you what?
I don't think there's no wagering.
There's no wagering.
No,
on these?
no wagering.
No wagering.
Very, very important. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, no wagering. But it's fun. We're on Hanover Street right now, heading up Hanover, getting out of the way here. When we stop, we usually get about 5 different tacos, and we just kind of chill out and eat the tacos. So it's a lot of fun, though.
Yes, it is. I'll bet.
I wouldn't imagine you can chill out for too long, though, if you got 69 places
who's
to
there?
hit.
'Cause I'm having a hard time hearing you. Is John Hopwood there?
John Hopwood is here. We also have
I heard him.
We also have virtual John Hopwood.
What a jackass.
Okay.
And Ben and Daryl Dion are here as well.
Oh, Ben and Daryl Dion.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I love those two.
Yes.
I didn't like the way you said that, Peter.
Yeah, I noticed.
What do you mean?
Ben and Daryl Dion.
Yeah.
It sounded very condescending.
Oh, and I think Easy G just stopped in.
Oh, really? Yeah, he yelled at me across the thing. It was, all of a sudden I heard, hey!
Yeah.
And don't forget,
It was easy.
don't forget at 6 o'clock, Glenn and his virtual children will be descending on the taco.
All right, listen, we're getting another load of tacos here, so I got to go, guys.
Enjoy.
But, listen, have a great show. Have fun, and we'll have all the results tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
Peter White, thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great day, guys.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, Peter White from the Morning Show with Peter White and our taco correspondent today. Very exciting.
I was hoping Daryl was going to have what is it, Brussels sprout taco, for like WMNH.
Yeah.
I just had some at the North End Bistro. They're so good.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been
Had
there.
some at the Foundry as well.
Oh, cool.
Foundry was excellent. Really good.
We should
I
do
definitely,
a taco.
I have herpes.
A hairpiece?
What? I don't know.
He
what
has a hairpiece?
Who has a hairpiece? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
What are you
I
talking
heard
about?
hairpiece.
You just, God, you're
you know.
strange. You just say weird stuff.
I have tinnitus. I'm not an imbecile. No, but I have tinnitus.
I might have to use those on my show.
Oh, well.
I have to use
The
them.
thing is, I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Triggering.
He just takes over like Hal from 2001. Virtual John Hopwood, virtual Dave Ridley, the ghost of John McCain. It's like I'm never by myself in this room anymore.
That's good.
Yeah, it's remarkable. We're a little unsure though. We were talking about it the other day about the ghost of John McCain.
Yep.
Because someone was speculating that it was Father Bruno Sarducci when he called in. We were trying to figure out like what happens because he's in purgatory right now. We're thinking, and then eventually, once he's done there and moves on to heaven, will he cease to haunt the studio?
Probably
John
not.
McCain or Guido Sarducci?
No, the ghost of John McCain. I'm not sure how all this works. I've never been dead.
Well, you go through the Bardo.
You go the Bardo.
Bardo for
What's
it's usually around like 45, 60 days, but it can stretch about 2 years.
Oh, geez,
if you've been particularly wicked.
It seems like the ghost of John McCain has been here for months and months, but he was very pro-war, so he's got a lot to answer for, and he clearly was not a war hero.
He was a warrior.
I mean, clearly. So I don't mean to. I don't know. Am I being too edgy?
Jesus, buddy.
Yeah, the virtual John Hopwood thinks I'm getting a little carried away, I guess. I still don't know what's in the box. You have not told us what is in the box.
I was about to ask.
Yes.
Are those cookies?
It is an amoeba-like creature I found in the woods.
Oh my goodness, is that Yuglis? Did you guys
Yuglis?
Did you guys hear Yuglis call my show the other day?
No.
He's a woodland creature. He called, and he did say he was going to be stopping by.
What is that?
Yeah.
I like the
it's
sound.
a big cup.
A big cup.
Where'd you get
Aquarius.
That's a giant cup.
Where'd you get that?
Probably at some place like Walmart.
You don't know where you got it?
That's kind of weird.
I got it so long ago, I don't remember.
Oh.
And you're just unwrapping it now?
No, I'm sending it to my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
My brain is clogged with all sorts of stuff. Twinkies.
Those light bulbs?
No, I was sending her another one, too.
Jeez.
So you're sending her light bulbs and a giant mug?
How many mugs does she need?
It's the thought that counts.
Absolutely.
You know, you're a newlywed now. I've known this dame for 15 years or so.
Oh.
Oh, jeez, it's been besmirched.
Oh, no.
It's a good thing I didn't send.
Oh.
And
This one's Mrs. Always Right. I'll sell it to you for $6 so I can just pick up some tacos.
No.
I think I got it for like $2.
Wow.
Mrs. Always Right. If you want to have a happy life, this should be your mantra.
See, I don't need a mug.
Always right.
I don't need a mug to say that. I just always treat her right, so I don't need that.
She's always right.
I know she's always right.
There you go.
I know.
It took me many years.
I take my advice from Jerry Seinfeld on
Meet Seinfeld?
on comedians in cars getting coffee. You guys ever see that show?
Oh yeah, I love it.
That's my favorite thing. Him and I think it was Julia Louis-Dreyfus he had on the show, and
some great episodes.
They were talking about marriage, and his advice was, his wife says, "You're wrong," and he just goes, "I know."
Right? Yeah.
It's true. Jeez, how much dope have you smoked? I mean, you know, hardy, right?
Wow, virtual John Hopwood is really surly.
He's off the rails, man.
I know. My goodness.
I'm glad I don't have to live with him.
I know. That would be terrible. Wow.
If intelligence was electricity, this guy couldn't spark a firefly's ass.
That one. Oh, no. Why? That was a clever line.
Jonathan, or whoever it was that called, was right. I heard that one from my father in 1966.
Oh, really? Yeah, it did sound a bit dated. But that's all right. I thought it was funny.
Everything old is new again.
Right, yes.
Like John Wayne.
Oh, like John Wayne, yes. Yes. We had a fascinating discussion about John Wayne earlier. The listeners loved it. Did you guys hear earlier in the show one of Glenn's adopted sons from Ghana called?
No, I did not.
Yeah, Little Meat. It was great. He's it was nice to speak with him. He talked about Daddy Glenn.
He spoke some Swahili, which is not normally spoken in Ghana.
Right. Yeah, it was very exciting.
Really?
Oh yeah. I don't know why that's funny, Daryl. It's Glenn is multicultural.
Apparently.
I mean, he adopts American children too.
Well, that's
I thought
good.
He was bicultural. Quebec and
well, you might be thinking
the United States.
You might be thinking of something else. Yeah. Yeah,
I've been thinking about John Wayne, but nobody wants to talk about it.
Buddy.
Well, yeah, I mean, John Wayne is a fascinating topic, but
it actually is, and is burning up the social media.
Is it really? Well, okay.
Well, it's more fun to talk about than Robert E. Lee. He never owned slaves.
John Wayne never owned slaves?
No, he didn't.
Are you sure? I have a terrible feeling someday we're going to find out that he did.
I know why Trump doesn't talk about John Wayne. Do you know why?
No.
You never hear him talk about John Wayne. His 2 wives were Mexican. That's true.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Well, they spent so much time shooting the movies. Well, see, now I'm going to get into that. I know everything about... I've written over 600 biographies on the Internet Movie Database. They did. They shot a lot of movies down in Mexico because it was cheaper.
Right.
And a couple of cinematographers and a lot of the actors were actually big stars in Mexico. I know a lot about Mexican cinema, too. Of course, I can't speak Spanish. Can did you learn Spanish?
No. I took French in high school.
My father told me in 1973, learn Spanish, not French. It's the language of the future. But who listens to their father, right? Right there,
Jack. You're exactly right.
All right. Well,
okay.
I like Virtual John over there.
I don't.
Well, he just he haunts the. What's that?
It's virtual Brendan.
Oh no! He's.
Is that the end, Jim Morrison?
Bill, it's a big Bill's Donuts. Bill's Donuts is back, baby. That's wonderful. Great work.
Oh, the wasabi.
Looks great.
Yes,
Looks
great.
fantastic.
Yes.
The coleslaw, Joe Lavasser is suing for the intellectual property rights because Bill stole his recipe for the coleslaw.
Oh, wow. I know Glenn.
Theo's has the best coleslaw.
You think?
I love coleslaw.
I know Glenn enjoys the sausage cruller.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, it's not on there, but it should be. Oh, it is delicious, I'll have to admit.
What is Heidi Hamer like?
I don't know. I've never even met Heidi. Why are you asking me?
Well, I thought she's your pen pal or something.
Heidi Hamer?
Who gives a Who gives a damn?
Apparently, virtual John Hopwood doesn't care what Heidi Hamer likes.
I've known her since 1964.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, so you should know what she likes.
I don't know what she likes in crullers.
Oh, well, why don't you ask her?
Maybe she'll call in.
Oh.
I don't know who that is, and I don't care. All right, the Dions are here. Let's have them say a few words.
Yes. What would you?
Grow up.
What do you
grow up? Live in the real world.
What do you have?
I made money writing about movies.
I don't think we even need a guest. I'm just going to play virtual John Hopwood.
Well, if he decides to interject, I mean, there's not much that
seriously.
There's not much you can do about it. I mean, he just, what can I say? What do you guys have coming?
I'm not an imbecile.
What do you guys have coming up on the weekly Die-On tonight?
Well, this week we have Amber Cannon. She's from Uncharted Tutoring. She does some work with art and science. And
is that Ryan Gorman?
No, what's her name?
Where'd you get that one?
That's a good one.
Yeah, but it's not Ryan Gorman. It's Amber something, right?
Amber Cannon.
Yeah. Virtual John Hopwood doesn't listen very well.
Doesn't follow along.
No,
he's got tinnitus.
Yeah.
And other problems.
Yeah, so it should be pretty good. I met her about a month ago at an event, and she actually, her program is in some of the schools, an after-school program.
Oh.
So I believe she went to school for art, so we'll talk about some art and science, and I think she brought some stuff for us to take a look at, too. I think she left her bag outside the door. So
was that hers?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wondered what that was.
I'm pretty sure that's hers.
Actually, I thought that was John's.
I'm assuming she's at the taco tour. So we'll be talking about the taco tour a little bit too.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
What kind of bag?
Delicioso.
Yeah.
What kind of what?
What kind of bag?
Just a bag.
I have a box.
Right. No, out there's a bag. I think there were 2 bags.
I think it's her stuff.
Is she a bag lady?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, she's a nice
Here's
lady.
like a poster child of, well, everybody in the world thinks fatuous white guys, Americans, are imbeciles and privileged and just plain worthless.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
What's that
John
about?
Hopwood. I don't know. I don't know what he's
Trump?
talking about. What does that
I
have
think
to
that's
do?
the best part is you don't know the context.
Right.
But
yeah.
it could, knowing,
Sounds like Trump I'm talking
knowing
about.
John, it could be anything.
Right. That's true.
I can tell you it wasn't about Joyce Craig.
Fair enough.
Well, good. Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
He wasn't a general in the sense that he was 4 stars, which is general.
Right.
But he was a general. You know, it's all a matter of semantics. Geez, the sibilants.
Ooh.
I've been having...
Ho, ho, ho.
It's too much saliva. You need to change the processor to that voice that my old honey loved. You know, the deep macho voice.
You need one of those squeezy things that'll just suck all the saliva out of your mouth. That's what you need. Wow.
Yeah, it's a general, technically.
Says here Flynn's attorneys declined to take issue with the description of the offenses in Mueller's initial sentencing memo and did not offer an explanation for why Flynn lied to the FBI. There was this thing I was reading before about Flynn was kind of trying to say that it's not his fault that he lied to the FBI because no one bothered to remind him that it's not okay to do that and that there were serious penalties. So it's not his fault. That's how he was kind of trying to spin it, or that's how his lawyers were trying to spin it.
Yeah, there's a Supreme Court decision where, unlike other law enforcement agencies, where you can basically say, say things before you get your Miranda rights. You can't lie to the FBI right off the bat. So if the FBI comes to see you, just invoke the Fifth Amendment.
Ah, so that's what he should have done.
Oh, yeah, that's the right, constitutional right.
It's not a joke lying
and then
to
you
the
have
FBI.
all the jackasses on, cable TV saying that, he invoked the Fifth Amendment, he was guilty of sin, stuff like that. But, better that than going to jail.
In his
prison blues.
In his 7-page memo he filed just before 3 p.m. today, Mueller fiercely pushed back on Flynn's argument. So this is what Mueller wrote.
What was it that the prosecutor wrote? one of the part of this personas, you got like,
See, there's still,
there's still sibilance.
I legitimately get worried when you do that you're having a stroke because I don't know what I guess I'd call 911, right? All right. So,
no, you hail a passerby.
Oh, okay.
Preferably an upright carbon life form bipedal with a chromosomal matrix XX, and she'll come up here and give me the kiss of life.
Oh, okay. So I just open a window and yell out the window, "Hey, he needs a kiss. Somebody up here needs a kiss of life."
And
he's having a stroke.
It's
or
maybe you should just throw me out the window.
Stroking out. Right, so that way you'll be closer to the person who's going to give you the kiss of life.
I meant that there were certain individuals that came here to give me the kiss of life.
Right, I understood.
Just let me pass.
So here's what Mueller wrote.
It's hard as coconut.
A sitting national security advisor, former head of an intelligence agency, retired lieutenant general, and 33-year veteran of the armed forces knows he should not lie to federal agents.
That's true.
He does not need to be warned. It is a crime to lie to federal agents to know the importance of telling them the truth.
An officer of the United States military cannot lie.
That's right.
That is
It's not a joke.
An offense that will lead to you being cashiered. To get back to your metaphor of the cash register.
Thank you. Yes. Wow. No one wants to be cashiered.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yes. Some conservatives and allies of Trump have seized on the memo from Flynn's attorney as indicative. The one-time national security advisor was entrapped by bureau agents biased against the president.
Indicative. What does that mean? Indicative.
What is it?
What does indicative mean?
Means indicating something. It's indicative.
Oh, I was just thinking of the root Dick.
Oh,
like Dick Nixon.
Right, Dick Nixon. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that probably the second greatest president in the history of the United States.
Like the gold standard of this stuff. Although the Donald is going to, set a new standard like palladium.
He already has. He already has.
Because
clearly.
platinum is less than gold.
Right.
At least in the market now.
Oh.
Yeah. Aren't you surprised?
I am surprised by that, actually.
I was checking the spot metal prices before I came in here.
Good.
For the Bitcoin.
Oh, right. I'm glad you did that. Yes. It says, indeed, Trump tweeted yesterday that Mueller's prosecutors offered Flynn a, quote, great deal because they were embarrassed by the way he was treated, unquote. I don't think it works that way. I don't think they offer you a great deal because they feel badly about how you were treated during your questioning where you ended up lying to them. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
Well, General Flynn did get a great deal down at the mattress shop.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, good for him.
It's a lot of baloney, a lot of crap.
A lot of merd.
Trump also alleged that, quote, the FBI said he didn't lie, and they overrode the FBI, unquote, an apparent reference to a report from House Republicans showing the top FBI officials testified that the agents who interviewed Flynn, observed no outward indications, such as changes in posture or tone, that indicated he knew he was lying?
Well, Matt.
What? What kind of an argument is this?
Matt, you have to understand, you've never been imprisoned except, in the local pounds.
Oh, certainly.
And override is a concept of, it has to do with the status when you're jailed, like you and your cellmate, who's going to ride topside.
Oh, wow, I don't even want to.
It's an override.
Think about that. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Wow. You want to slip a
But
little
he decide not to put out.
Well, he's going to be in some trouble when he's going to be singing the prison blues.
I guess so.
And yodeling.
Wow. So Mueller did respond to that as well. He wrote, quote, the interviewing agents did not observe, is it indicia? Is that how you say that?
You're asking me?
Indicia of deception.
An indicia of, is that an indicia with a C? Or an S?
With a C. Is it indicia?
I'm trying to stop the sibilant.
Obviously, it's a different form of indication, obviously. It's probably indicia. Did not observe indicia of deception.
There we go. This is prison, man's prison.
Oh, my goodness.
We want to use gendered language.
That's right, yes.
Mine's hard.
And had the impression at that time. Oh, yes.
Coconut.
And had the impression at that time that the defendant was not lying or did not think he was lying.
He didn't think he was lying, Matt. That's what it's about. He didn't think he was lying when he lied.
Right. Of course, yeah.
A very subtle legal concept.
As long as he didn't think he was lying when he was lying, then it's okay that he was lying.
It's called center, I think.
Oh, okay, yes.
Is it harder than a melon? Is it as hard as a coconut?
I felt like you were looking for
that. Perhaps. We'll see.
Yes, well.
He's going to be a hard kid. His cellmate might be a hard kid.
Might be, yes.
And he'll be the old one.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, okay. Well, that's very exciting.
Love you, son.
Mueller also wrote, quote, members of the presidential transition team were likewise misled by the defendant's false denials. Those misimpressions do not change the fact, as the defendant has misimpressions.
Misimpressions. Yes. Was that the woman that David Pecker shut up?
I don't think so. I think
misimpressions of 19,
misimpressions.
Or 99
no, I think the misimpressions were like a R&B group in the 60s.
Oh, yeah, like the Ink Spots.
Right. Those misimpressions do not change the fact, as the defendant has admitted in sworn testimony to the district court, that he was indeed lying and knowingly made false statements to FBI agents in a national security investigation, unquote.
Oh, unquote.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way you say that.
Do you now?
Yeah, you have a real radio voice.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, yes.
It's easy on the ears.
Well, that's the idea.
Ears, is often like a cognate for arse in England.
Right.
We'll see if the general's cellmate's easy on his ears.
I guess we'll find out.
Once again, it's time to clean the equipment.
He might not have the opportunity to do that before ramming the sense of justice into the general.
Right, yes. Oh, boy. So that's,
Ka-ching!
Wow. Boy, I almost don't know where to go. Well, we only have a few minutes left because I do want to play the Slicko. I hope Slicko is still listening. We're going to play his track once again to end the show in a moment, but I think we have time for probably one more quick thing. It's not quite
a quickie.
5:30. Yes.
I'm always in favor of a quickie.
Oh, really? Well, that's a little TMI, but
rather than a long skit, go for a quickie.
The Mueller probe, for anyone who's interested, has cost more than $25 million so far. Well, that's a drop in the bucket for the federal government, right?
Always with the anal probe. That's why I thought that Matt was an alien when I met him.
Oh.
Probe.
Right. No, not. There are
code words.
There are different kinds of probes,
Are there? Would you like to enumerate them for your audience?
No.
Oh.
It says Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian meddling, etc. Is up to more than $25 million, according to new and previous expenditure reports. The special counsel's office said in a new filing today that the expenses for Mueller's team over the 6-month period from April 1st to September 30th added up to $4.5 million.
Well, Matt, you know, the cost of good deli food in New York has just become prohibitive.
Yes. Well, it's awfully expensive. That's a lot of money to spend on a witch hunt, that's for sure.
One of these witch hunts where you just walk out of your front door and all the witches are just landing in your front lawn.
Right there in the yard.
That's a lot of money.
And who is that speaking?
That was Joe Scarborough and his lovely bride, Mika.
He sounds a lot like Lawrence O'Donnell, who gets the final word on MSNBC.
Oh, the last word with Lawrence O'Donnell.
I thought it was the final word. That's the apocalypse. That's Glenn R.J. Ouellette, you know.
What is Glenn?
You didn't know that
what does Glenn have to do with
Ouellette
the
was
apocalypse?
An agent of the apocalypse.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's got me rethinking my hip-hop partnership with him. If he's an agent of the apocalypse, I don't want the apocalypse to happen. I got things to do. It's going to really mess up my schedule.
Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I would counsel you to go easy on the diss tracks.
Really?
Yeah, hell is a very hot, nasty place.
Yeah, well, I'm more worried about MC Hammer coming after me than anything.
Do Yetis go to hell when they die?
No.
I've never heard anything about a Yeti heaven.
There is
heaven.
a Yeti heaven, and it's very exclusive. It's only for Yetis, and it's amazing. There's we have our own Yeti deity. It's fantastic.
Have you indeed had an afterlife experience?
Well, I haven't actually died.
You've had an after Norm and Friends experience that's continuing to go on.
That's true. I was Norm's co-host for 35 years. It's just gone in the blink of an eye.
It was 28. Oh, no. When you add in the 7 years of the hologram.
Right, yeah. No, it was about 38 years. It was just under 4 decades. I was Norm's co-host on Norm and Friends.
How come he seems to have aged, but not you?
Well, I'm much older than I look. I've told you. I use oil of Olay. It keeps my skin soft and supple.
Oh, I thought the preferred product on the 4th floor was Vaseline.
No.
I stand corrected.
No, I'm 72 years old. You'd never know it to look at me, but and I feel it. Yes,
I think that what they call they don't call it castration with Yetis, do they? They say fixing. That probably is one major factor in your youthful looks.
Well, we actually don't allow that.
I know I have to clean mine every week.
So we don't allow anyone to come at us with anything sharp.
Do you clean yours every week?
Every other week.
Every other week.
Thereabouts. No need to go crazy. So
that's an interesting quickie, for the audience, or tidbit, if you'd like to call it.
More of a tidbit, yeah. Well, I don't want my fur to be dry, so I have to keep it conditioned, and about once every 2 weeks. I mean, more so in the winter, obviously.
I noticed that your Cupid bow has disappeared.
Yes, I didn't wear it today.
Where's your little tiara? Ooh.
Well, that wasn't mine.
Ooh. I think, I see it up there.
Is it up there?
It's probably broadcasting, thoughts from another dimension.
I don't see it. Well, yes.
Well, it's in a color you can't see. Sparkling diamond.
Right. Oh. Whoops.
What was the color of the...
That didn't work.
I had to laugh at that one.
If, I'm not a member of the FBI, so you can lie to me.